And sometimes on my streams, some MLC people pop up and they think it's the same vibe, and they go, they taunt everybody on it. But it's all good. Thank you for what you've brought to my thing.
I feel bad what I brought to you.
There was one time where someone was egging me on. I'm an idiot. What do you think of Brendan Schwab? And I went, it's too easy, meaning it's like making fun of, I can't think of a cliche where it's so hacky. And then all of a sudden they put it on Reddit. I'm coming here. I hear you talking about Brendan Schwab. And all of a sudden, my God.
Wait, they're threatening you?
No. Someone posted a clip of something. And again, there's other people, there's better comics to hate than him, because I was just saying he's not
like
really.
Or like Ray DeVito.
Well, I had to push to get on because Ray said, will you be on my podcast again? And I said, I took some confidence classes. Let me go strive a little higher. And then I reached out to you because.
Wait, you really took confidence classes?
No, I'm just making that up. But but it helped me not obsess about this bully. I'm making
you get bullied by everybody. It's a crying shame is what it is.
I was bullied by Ray DeVito on his pod. When I went on his, he's going, yeah, great answer, Fred, and stuff.
Wow.
So I got
you're the only getting bullied by Jerry Seinfeld story I've ever heard.
He was kind of, I remember.
No, you said the thing about the fun. That's is me if I in a fun house.
And he would, but he kind of was not warm to other people too. So I don't think I'm the only one. He wasn't a sweetheart where people are shocked. He
was distant, right? He was emotionally distant.
Yes, he was not the warmest,
what do you think about this guy? What's the guy's the guy who directed Borat? Charles? What's his first?
Okay, yeah, I just came upon that, and
what's his first name? What's his name?
Larry Charles.
Larry Charles.
He did a whole documentary on Larry David, 2-part for HBO. Goes, I don't like how I look, and he squashed it. It's like he. Again,
but they're not friends anymore because of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, my whole rant is my resentment the late Norm Macdonald, late Gilbert Gottfried, Larry David. If they can't change a tire or do a tech thing, they're geniuses. They don't have to know how to use a pen. Oh, Larry, let me run to you. Me, what's wrong with you? You're a schmuck. You don't know how to make eggs. There's something wrong with you. So they're geniuses. So, but Larry, is very vain. I don't like the hair and the So that annoyed me.
I was reading something last night. I don't even remember where I saw it, but Larry Charles was saying when he met Larry was worried about paying his rent, and that's a fact because I've said this a million times. When I started working the door at the Improv in New York, Larry David was beyond struggling. I mean, he was living with Bob Shaw. He didn't have any money.
He wasn't. No, he was in Manhattan Plaza. He wasn't doing that bad. He was on Fridays.
Manhattan Plaza. You only could live in Manhattan Plaza if you made a limit. You had to make You could only make a maximum $40,000 a year. It was for struggling artists. I
guess, yeah. Well, Jack Weston.
It's a fact, but also he used to talk about how he would see different places in Manhattan and be like, when I'm homeless, I'll sleep there. So he was struggling beyond. He was beyond struggling. And then Larry Charles pointed that out. He was like, when he met Larry's worried about paying his rent, and then cut to he's golfing with President Obama. So he said that's going to change a guy, and of course it is. So now Larry David's a vain bitch. It's pathetic.
Yes, not, and he was cheap. I remember all the writers.
Not cheap. I'm saying he's a vain bitch, and he told Larry Charles that this documentary was the best, most revealing thing anyone's ever done on him, but then he squashed it anyway because he's a vain bitch now that he's famous.
Well, I remember in my office he came in and I had toys and, a mature guy, but something from Shaquille O'Neal. I hate this Dream Team shit. Oh, yeah, this Dream Team, the Dream Team in 92. I mean,
Yeah.
now he sits front row and has the
Right. Shaq
with
and everybody trips over his legs.
Yes, yes. So don't get me started. Yeah, he's he's so not Hollywood. And yeah, he's so into Norm said he got mad. Norm went to Larry David. Do you resent someone got an Emmy for a script that? Yeah, I do resent it. That's my.
No, that was for Spike Ferenstein for that I think it was the Soup Nazi. Yeah, I think Spike, because Gibbons told me that. He said he did resent that Spike Ferenstein got the Emmy because he wrote it, or I think it was Spike Ferenstein. They gave him the idea and he just wrote it out, and then he won the Emmy for it, but it wasn't his idea, I guess.
Emmy again. It's
I remember anyway.
We all went out to eat once, only one time, all the writers, and he's like,
who paid? Who paid?
Everyone had it shipping. You would think he'd go, I got it. Guy.
Larry David made you all chip in?
Yeah. Who
ordered the cheesecake?
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's throwing in money. And
stuck in an elevator for 24 hours, Ray or P. Diddy? Definitely P. Diddy. I mean, that's not even close. Does Fred know that Brad Pitt is a regular MLC enthusiast? Yeah, allegedly Brad Pitt watches the show. So if Brad Pitt calls you, offers you a gig. Listen,
okay,
you got
hey,
impressive. You got an impress. You do films. You do TV. You've been in some of the most famous film and TV shows of all time. I mean, if you had a Breaking Bad on your resume, might have the best resume of all time. I mean, Seinfeld, Romano, you're in Dumb and Dumber. These are absolute classics. Fred, come on with Kristen Carney. She said you ghosted her for no reason. Is that true?
Who said that?
Kristen Carney, apparently.
I didn't ghost her. What does that mean?
You don't know what ghosting means?
I know what it means, but where did I ghost her? I haven't heard from her.
You know who she is. You know who she is.
Yeah, I think she did a podcast, if I'm not mistaken. This is a long time ago, and we met for pizza, very pleasant. And then she moved, I think, to Vermont or something, or upstate New York.
You met for pizza?
Yes, she used to live in my area. It was right before she was moving back to a farm or something.
Wait, she lived in California.
Yes, but she said, let's have pizza right before I move. I thought she was moving to Vermont or with her father, or
yeah, she moved upstate, but I don't know which state.
Yes.
And
so maybe she thinks
ghosting is when well, I guess she can
reply
DM
to someone. I never not replied to her, so
yeah, I guess you can get DM somebody on Twitter, because if they DM and you don't DM them back, it's technically a ghosting situation. Speaking of ghosting, say some more things bad about Ray DeVito.
Well, he was like, great answer, Fred, or I maybe he didn't like my answer, so he was trying to be funny, and I was kind of tired.
Perfect answer, Fred.